1960s prices and wages in the United States. 1. Food prices. A pound of ground beef cost 50 cents in 1960. By 1969, the price had grown to 62 cents. A pound of bacon cost 67 and 90 cents respectively. Chicken sold for 29 cents per pound in 1960. In 1969, it was already 37 cents. A dozen eggs cost 53 and 62 cents. The price of milk skyrocketed over the decade, from 49 cents in 1960 to $1.10 in 1969. But fruit prices stayed more or less the same. Apples cost 12 cents per pound in 1960 and 17 cents in 1969. Bananas cost 11 cents and 14 cents respectively. A pound of potatoes was just 3 cents in 1960. By 1969, the price had gone up to 4 cents. 2. Housing prices. In 1960, the median price of a new home was around $12,700. By 1969, it had increased to around $22,400. Rent prices also grew. In 1960, you'd have paid an average of $100 a month. This was for a 2-bedroom apartment in a metropolitan area. In 1969, that same apartment cost $175. 3. Transportation prices. In 1960, a gallon of gas was around 31 cents. By 1969, the average price had increased to 35 cents. The average new car cost $2,600 in 1960. By 1969, the price had risen to around $3,270. Parking meter fee more than doubled during this period, from 10 cents per hour in 1960 to 25 cents in 1969. 4. Education prices. In 1960, the average tuition and fees came to $1,410 per year. That was for a private 4-year college. A public 4-year college was around $575 per year. By 1969, private education cost around $2,600 per year. Public colleges were asking $890 per year. 5. Entertainment prices. A movie ticket cost around 69 cents in 1960. A new record cost around $3.50. By 1969, a movie would have set you back 85 cents. A new album cost around $4.50. You could see a Broadway show for $8.50 in 1960. By the end of the decade, you'd be shelling out $14. A 21-inch color TV cost $499.95 in 1960. In 1969, it was $625. 6. Clothing prices. In 1960, a man's suit cost $28 on average. A woman's dress cost around $15. By 1969, the cost of a man's suit had risen to around $45. A woman's dress now cost around $20. A pair of shoes cost $12 and $13 in 1960. By 1969, both men and women would be paying $20. 7. Medical prices. In 1960, a day at a hospital cost $58 per day. By 1969, the average cost had risen to $93 per day. A GP's visit was $10 in 1960 and $15 in 1969. A specialist visit cost double that, $20 and $30 respectively. Delivering a baby cost $200 in 1960 and $300 10 years later. A dental filling went from $15 to $20 over the same period. 8. Wages. A flight attendant made between $5,000 and $9,000. An automotive worker made between $3 and $4 per hour. A construction worker was paid about the same. The wages varied from state to state. California paid $3.50 per hour, while Ohio only offered $2.75. A teacher made almost as much as a stewardess, $5,000 to $7,000. A nurse made about as much, from $5,000 to $6,500. Doctors made upward of $20,000. Some earned as much as $35,000 a year. A librarian's salary was $4,000 to $6,000. A news reporter made between $5,000 and $7,000 on average.